quite impressive how 2024 has just been blessing us with nothing short of peak. For those who actually remember that it came out, we got one of the first Prince of Persia games since 2010 that people really seem to like, to the one survival game that Pokemon ripped off, to remasters of some of the best PS1 games ever made that makes you explore more than just one type of pyramid. And even with more stuff still to come, like the remasters of Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, and even fucking Epic Mickey, it's safe to say that 2024 is the 2023 sequel we desperately needed. But there is one game, much like Palworld, released not too long ago, that took the internet by storm. But sadly, unlike Palworld, it lacks Lavender, so its mainstream appeal is sadly limited. And that game is Arrowhead Studios' Helldivers 2. Yes, 2. Did you know that there was a first game? I didn't, and if you tell me that you knew about it, then I don't care. This mishmash of Starship Troopers, Deep Rock Galactic, and Metal Gear Solid 5 is probably one of the most fun experiences I've had playing alone and with my friends in a long time. That long time being like 2 months ago with Lethal Company, but an over-exaggeration sounds better for a video. The whole premise of this game is that you play as a Helldiver, and it's up to you to wage war against the Tyranids from the Warhammer franchise, as well as robots that'll hopefully not get this company sued for copyright infringement, and you'll do this by killing them with a large amount of different weapons, orbital strikes, and a lot of strategy with your teammates, who more often than not can be more fatal than the enemies you'll be fighting. And in your conquest for democracy, you'll be exploring all these beautiful different planets to either save the unfortunate civilians who got caught in between the senseless war, taking care of some rather large problem, and even launching nukes like a true patriot. This game is just so silly and doesn't take itself seriously at all, and it truly embraces the absurdity of all the crazy shit you'll be dealing with on each mission. It's just simply a blast, even when you're obliterated to the point where you're nothing more than a torso. It's just the funniest thing I've ever laid eyes upon. Now, with all of that praise out of the way, I have to mention one thing about this game, and that it is a live service game. And while I do know that those two words might leave some of you frothing at the mouth, I'd say that this game handles the moniker a lot better than other games, including the other two flops that also released this year. But regardless, still having microtransactions in the game while it's still rocking a $40 price tag still kinda rubs me the wrong way. I might be a lot more democratic now, but that still doesn't blind me from corporate greed. Another problem that I feel worth bringing up is because of this game's immediate success that not even Sony were anticipating, the game has had some server problems, but I can't really comment on them because I've not really encountered any of those problems for myself. Every single time I wanted to play either solo or with friends, everything just worked. But this is something worth noting. The only major problem I've been facing was the fact that a few times when the action ramped up and by just exploring the maps, the game did tend to chug quite a little bit, but I'm more than willing enough to admit that this is probably more on my side since I am playing this game on PC. It wasn't really distracting enough to the point where it destroyed the experience for me personally. It is kind of what I expected based on all the shit that happens on screen. But besides a few of those gripes, there's really nothing more that I can complain about. The gameplay is smooth and responsive, the guns are just a blast to use, and seeing how it cuts down enemies and your teammates is just so visceral. I love it. And a personal thing that I really appreciate is how tense everything can get and how immersive some of the game's mechanics are. Like, in order to launch the nuke, you need to first go through all these different steps, like inputting the launch codes and coordinates, to things like needing to input a fighting game's move list just to revive your buddies or to call down resupplies and stuff like that. It's just so awesome and truly makes this game stand out on its own against other games like this. So with all of that being said, I just want to say that yeah, I can see why this game took off the way it did, and it's a definite recommendation from me, and I'll be sure to cover this game in a longer video when I get the time because there is a lot more that I want to go into. I just really wanted to talk about this game real quick and give you my thoughts on it. And if you guys enjoy these little quick thought review kinds of videos, then let me know in the comments below if you guys would like to see me do more of these things. So with all of that, if you guys like this video, you guys know what to do, you're all adults, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, love you!